As soon as she saw me, her eyes widened in shock. Actually, he was the same boy who had blackmailed me and taken advantage of my orphanhood to satisfy himself with my body. I was very scared when I saw him, but I noticed that he was stunned for a moment and then, very sadly, lowered his eyes. He was the same boy whom the parents-like figures at the orphanage, who took care of me, had chosen for my marriage. But when I saw him, I was very scared, as if I had been overcome with a sudden faintness. My orphanage parents asked me, "Are you okay?" I nervously replied, "Yes, I'm perfectly fine." What else could I have done? How could I have told them what this man had done to me during the time I spent with him? My parents said, "There's no need to be nervous. After watching him closely, we decided you should marry him. He's a very good person." But what could I tell them? The man they thought was very good and honorable was actually a very vile and animal-like person. Anyway, however the time passed, my parents safely married me off and sent me off. I was sitting with him, very nervous, and perhaps he noticed it. He spoke to me in a very gentle tone, saying, "There's no need to worry." But how could I trust his words? He was the same man because of whom I had suffered in the orphanage, and who made my life even worse than a nightmare. Some time ago, I also had parents, and they were very sick. I took care of them, and also did a part-time job to run the household. It was there that I first met this man. And perhaps this was the worst time of my life when this man saw me. Actually, the cafe where I worked was owned by him, and he was a very debauched man. The moment he saw me, I could see shamelessness in his eyes. As time passed, this man kept trying to get close to me, but each time I managed to escape from him. Yet he continued his vile actions relentlessly. But I had no choice. I still had to work there, earn for the household, and take care of my elderly parents. He told me many times to obey him, saying, "I will fix your situation." But each time I gave him the same answer. "No, I will not do anything wrong to make a living. Whatever work I do, I will do it honestly and properly." But one day, while working, it became nighttime, and that day the cafe was very crowded with customers, which made me work late. Little did I know that this day would become the most dangerous day for me. At night, when it was time to close the cafe, suddenly all the lights went out, and someone from behind covered my mouth with their hand, and then he forcibly took me into his office. I was so terrified that I started trembling. I begged him again and again to let me go, to release me. I even folded my hands in front of him, but he refused to listen. He said, "I tried to explain things to you many times. If you had listened to me earlier, you wouldn't have had to see this day. Today, I will do as I want." After that, he did not listen to a single word of mine. I kept screaming, but there was no one there to hear me. It felt as if that whole day had been waiting just for this moment. He tore my clothes and did whatever he wanted. I kept screaming, but that day, I understood a woman's strength does not prevail in front of a man. He continued to do whatever he wanted to me for a long time. When he was finished, I folded my hands in front of him and begged, "Please, let me go now." But he said, "Not yet. I'm not done with you." Hearing that, I became even more terrified. Suddenly, the office door opened, and the man who had assaulted me started laughing and said, "Now come inside without fear. She's under my control now. She can't do anything." And as soon as that person came inside, when I saw who it was, the ground slipped from beneath my feet. It was